83. Okay. Buy limit 83. I'll put it here at 85. Okay. So you need to make sure that before you start trading with your real money, okay, back test whatever strategy you use. Not saying you get to use, trade the way I do, but just make sure to back test, to spend time, whether it's paper trade or whatever the case is, to make sure things work for you, because once you go green. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Future Trading with Mike, and today, once again, we're taking a look at the Emini S&P 500 futures. I'm a price action trader. I trade the Emini, the S&P 500 futures 5 days a week, pretty much. So I typically like to get into the market or look at the market at the start of the once the market opens at 9:30. Okay, that's Eastern time. You may be Central, then it's 8:30. But yeah. If it's your first time watching one of the videos, I'm a live price action trader. This is my recorded session. I have over 150 plus videos on my channel recording my sessions. So the videos are on the channel are packed with good information, valuable information, I should say. So just continue watching the video here today. This is my session, me trading the Emini S&P 500 futures. If you've already subbed to the channel, thank you guys for subbing to the channel and dropping likes on the video. It's your first time watching one of the videos. Like I said, go ahead and watch the content. Subscribe to the channel. The channel is growing, which is a good thing, and which means that the content on the channel must be, you guys are finding it valuable and you're liking the information that I'm providing. I appreciate that. So if it's your first time, go ahead and hit the little red button, that subscribe button for me if you don't mind. Join the team here at Future Traders with Mike, and hit the little post notification, a little bell icon as well, so that you never miss one of the videos that I upload. So as soon as it's uploaded, pretty much you'll get a notification to your mobile device, email, however you have it set up to receive your notifications. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into today's video. Today is the 14th of February. It is Valentine's Day, guys. So if you haven't got your loved one something already, if you celebrate Valentine's Day, you might want to go ahead and do so. But let's go ahead and take a look at the video. The session here. As always, I like to take a look at the higher time frame first, but I'm trying to look at this area right here. We're in a kind of a low volume area, just based upon what's going on here. Price is building some little volume right here. It is currently 10:07 right now, and we're going to look at the 1 hour chart here in a second, which I always do because it kind of helps me form a direction or kind of an idea what the market's trying to do. I always like to look at a higher time frame, which I highly recommend you guys. If you're trading, look at a higher time frame first before you start, making any decisions about how you're going to trade the market. Okay, so let me take a look at this here. Price never broke this area here. Okay. Go along. 91. Okay. Looking to get filled here. Price to push up. Come on, push up to test this area, at least right here around 90, probably 92, 93. Okay, come back up and hit the highs now. Okay, I'm entering the market right now, guys, because I see an opportunity here, and what price is doing here to take a position on a trade to the upside here. So come on. Okay, we got filled there on the first entry. Price was rotating here. I noticed it came to a small little area of support here, and like I said, it's probably going to come up here and test around 92, 93, and possibly push up even higher. It pulls back. Let's see what price is going to do here. It could come up and test this area volume right here as well. So I keep saying, guys, pay attention to the volume, because volume is very important in trading. And price is rejecting one area volume. It will typically like to push up higher and test another area volume. which I'm pretty sure is going to probably at least test the 92. Okay, right here, 92.75. Okay, and probably test this area volume right here. So let's take a look here. Come on, push up. I'm looking forward to push. What's it bouncing off of here? 88. Yeah, we should push up. We should push up and at least get our hit profit on the second trade here. Price is pulling back. You can pull back to the high volume area where you see right here before pushing higher. So I'm paying close attention to that area as well. Come on, baby. Push up. Come on. I'll tell you what, we'll drop a contract here. Come on, come on. There we go. It's pulling back again. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take this trade out here. Get filled here. Okay, second trade here. I think we'll probably come up and test this area here at least around 90, somewhere between 94 and 95. Boom, boom. There it is, guys. Okay. All right, so we're off to a good start this morning trading. You know, price pull back, testing the area here, support, bounce off this high volume node. I saw volume being built right here. Price didn't want to push any lower, jumped to the trade, knowing that price likes to move from a high volume area through a low volume area up back into a high volume area. Okay. All right, quick little two trades there. Let's see what that particularly gives so far as tick value for today. Guys, give me 1 second. I'm going to pull up the trade performance here. I'm not sure what's going on here. Sometimes, okay, there we go. That is not correct. That is the 11th. Let's go to the 14th. 14th today. Okay, let's see what we got. We are trailing. We are at 31 ticks so far. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at the higher time frame. All right. Okay. Price is actually pushing through higher. So what it may try to do now is, let's see. Yeah, it could push higher. And possibly want to come up here and test this high volume area right here, an area of supply sitting up there. So we'll look at the higher time frame, which is the 1 hour chart here, to kind of see what happened. Okay. So let's take a look here. This was today, this morning, this area here. Let's see. Yeah, price pulling back right here. I'm going to move this red line down so you can see. All right, so this area, this zone right here, this was a zone. This was a area of demand down here, okay? Price projecting out of it, okay? So that was this morning when price came down here and started hitting it. It was probably 4 or 5 o'clock this morning. We're talking about this area somewhere between 73 and it could be all the way down to 50, but that's the zone. This is on a higher time frame chart now, okay? So price is rejecting out of that area, all right? And let's see. Yeah, pushing and pushing. So if you look at to the left over here, you see this area here, okay? Price pushes higher, pulls back, then it, you know, pushes lower here, or pulls back to this area right here, what I'm trying to say. It rejects out of this area right here, okay? This is basically bouncing. So what we do now, what you want to do is once you see price, you know, pulling back to an area of demand, are good areas to take areas of interest that where a lot of buying may have taken place out of, you know. So I always like to look at the higher time frame chart first. I like to look for supply and demand areas to kind of focus and see which direction the market may be what the market intention may be, and then I like to look at the 12 range chart, which is my anchor chart where I like to start marking my levels at. So, so this area here, let's move this. Okay, it was down here. It was this area here on the 12 range. Okay, this area here on the 12 range. So once I look at the higher time frame, which is the 1 hour, I see price hitting the area of demand in a sense. Pulling back to an area of demand. Then I'm switching over to my 12 range chart. Okay, so as price started, this is the area right here. Okay, all right. So what I want to see price do is, you know, price push down to, I think 54 was the lowest point, whatever the case was. But before I even actually did that, you know, right here at 4 o'clock in the morning, what I want to see price start doing is breaking structure to the upside, meaning breaking market structure. And it does it on the push up here, pull back, okay, pulls higher, doesn't completely take out this area right here, meaning this swing high here, area structure, but it does as it rotates, pushes up, pulls back, then it pushes higher, okay? Okay? So then you can basically, as price pulls back to an area of demand, you know, on the 12 hour, between the 12 range chart, that's where you're looking for your entry at, okay? But what price did right here, let me show you. Let's see here. Pushed up, pull back, okay. Let's take a look at it. When price pushed up here, it started breaking into structure, okay? Meaning this swing to the downside, okay? So you can actually look for a trade right here on the pullback. Could have been an opportunity. But I always like to see, like I said, and I think the prior video, maybe a video before, is price to take out this whole area, this whole level right here. And then eventually it does by pushing higher. Now when it pulls back to an area of, well, to the area of demand on the 12 range, which would have been down here, right here, the problem is that you have resistance right here above it. So, you know, you got to be careful with areas like that, because even though price pulled back to this area here, this zone here of demand on the 12 range, you know, price, it bounced, but you have resistance above. So what happened is price carried through, pushing to the downside, okay? So that's fine, because at that point, what we look for is for price to see if price is still going to reject out of the area of demand off the 1 hour. The zone off the 1 hour, I'll bring the 1 hour chart back over. Sorry about that. Right here, okay? So I'm going to mark it up off of the, like I said, guys, in a prior video. It's hard to explain this stuff as you're actually, you know, trading it. But anyways, I'm going to mark this area up here. Let's, come on. Okay, what the heck is going on? Come on. Computer X wacky, come on. There it goes. I'm not sure, guys. This thing gets caught up sometimes. Okay, so then we're gonna switch over to the back to the 12 range. Okay. All right. So we see this whole area down here. This is the area right here. All right. So when price comes down here, all right, we're still in the zone. Price bounces out of this area. Okay. All right. So price pushes up, pushes higher, pushes up. Basic taking this swing here out. Okay, this swing to the downside right here. All right, price turns back around, bounces off that area of demand off the 1 hour, pushes higher. Okay, all right, pushes higher, taking this area out. So when price pulls back, we're looking for to see what price is going to actually, you know, an area where price can actually pull back to an area of demand on the 12 range chart. Okay, so price pushes up, pulls back, pushes higher, pulls back, then it takes this area right here out, okay? This area right here, okay? So when price pulls back, somewhere in here is going to be an area because it was buying, decent buying that took place right here to take out this swing high, which was this swing here to the downside, okay? All right? So when price pulls back, okay, I'm gonna take some of these arrows off here so I don't get look too confusing. Okay, so when price, whoops, I'll take some of this off for you. Then we'll talk more about it. When price pulls back to the area of demand from the swing here to the upside, okay, pull us back to the area of demand, which was in this area right here, okay? Price bounces out of there, okay? Price bounces out of there, got it? Your entry long was going to be right above this candle right here, this red candle right here. I'm going to take this off so you can see it. Right here. That red candle right there is when price pulls back to the area of demand, right here, okay? Me, I'm going long when price breaks above this area right here, okay? To me, I'm going long then, all right? But up back pretty much this high right here. But be mindful because you do have a little swing right here with price when it rejected this area and pushed higher, okay? It did bounce right here before pulling back and then pushing higher, coming up and testing the high of the swing, okay? All right, so that is the area of demand, okay, the price is playing off the 1 hour, okay? This marked up area of this blue rectangle area, okay? Now, what we have going on now, I'm going to show you this as well because here we go. What do you see going on here? Price push down, pull back, made a lower low, okay? Breaking through this swing here, okay? Now we got an area where price pulls back, it's bouncing off an area of supply, all right? So price can move either way. You got to pay attention to what's going on in the higher time frame. Area of supply right here, okay? Mark it up so we can see it on the 12 range as well, okay? Switch over, we'll go over to the 12 range. All right, what do you see? When it got there, it bounced, okay? So right now, pretty much what we have going on is price playing between an area of demand, a supply, and an area of demand. Demand, supply, wedge. Got it? Okay, so that's what it's doing right now. You can still trade it, but you just kind of want to wait for like price bounce right here. Okay, price bouncing right here. All right. So if I want to take a short sale, then I'm looking for price to pull back. We see supply sitting there off the 1 hour. When price starts breaking structure to the downside on a pullback, we're looking for to get in on a short entry trade. All right. So let's say, for instance, like right here. All right, I'll show you. Price, pull back, push higher, pull back to the area of supply. Or to swing to the downside. Okay? Now, what do we want to see? We want to see price pull back to the area of supply. Okay? All right? So, we've got an area of supply on the 1 hour, okay? Which now we know that we should be, if price starts breaking structure to the downside on the 12 range chart and creating an area of supply, then we want to see price pull back to the area of supply on the 12 range. It does. Breaks down, pulls back, pushes lower, breaking structure, pulls back, okay? It pulls back, let's see here. Broke structure here, pull down. Okay, so let's do this. Sorry about that. Arrow line, okay, so low, pulls lower, okay. So price pulls back right here, okay. So somewhere within this area of the swing right here is supply off of the 12 range chart. So we already already identified that we have supply sitting on the 1 hour chart, right? Right here. Okay? So now we want to see if price is going to start breaking structure to the downside. So look for opportunities to take shorts. And when it does, gets to that zone, like I mentioned, on the 1 hour chart, we have marked up here. Now we see it on the 12 range. We want to see price breaking structure to the downside. Okay? Breaking structure to the downside. Pushes down, pulls back, breaks lower, breaking support, pulls back to the area of resistance, which is the area of supply. So in this area here somewhere, we could be looking for opportunities to take shorts. So always use your higher time frame to, before you start marking up levels, use your higher time frame to kind of mark zones of demand and supply areas. And then look at your lower time frame or your anchor chart, which would be your 12 range chart, say for instance, to start marking up levels or areas of supply and demand off of the 12 range chart. That's how I do it, okay? So Let's see what's going to take place now, okay? I know it can be a little confusing, but I talk about the same type of information in many of my videos. So I just reiterate this stuff over and over and over again because I think that the more you talk about something, the more people start to understand clearly what you're saying. So so that's why I'm marking those areas up off the higher time frame. Always, guys, always. You know, you can trade in 1 hour, say for instance, and then you can look at your 5-minute chart. You can trade. A lot of people trade on 5-minute chart, so they look at the higher time frame or choose a higher time frame, which I recommend 1 hour, and then maybe in conjunction with looking at a 5-minute as maybe your anchor chart, whatever the case is, to start marking levels or areas of interest or zones, however you want to say it. But you can do that. But I just like looking at the range charts to me because I feel like I can get in. To me, I get into the trade a lot sooner off a range chart, trading off a range chart than I would maybe on a 5-minute chart. But I'm a scalper, so I don't trade. I don't like the position of swing trading. So I look for my setups, and then I'm in and out the market. That's pretty much how I do it. Okay, so right now we're in a wedge. I mentioned that, guys. We're clearly in a wedge. So we just wait to see what price is actually going to do. I'm not sure 100% what price is actually going to try to do here, but we can move on probably back down here to maybe 69 and possibly even 65 area. Possibly, it could be what price is trying to do here. So yeah, I'm going short. And I'm going to take price back down to, okay. I'm looking for a nice trade here. Price can pull back. I know it can. But I'm looking for price to come back down and test lower levels. Or lower areas, I should say. $83. Okay. Buy limit. 83. I'm gonna put it here at 85. Okay. Price is bouncing out of this area of supply. All right, it's bouncing out of the area of supply. And I'm looking for price to come lower. And we could be in this trade for a little bit, but I'm looking for price to come lower and come back down and test. Let's see here. It's pulling back. At least test 85. Okay, that's what I'm looking. I may get out if I see price, not pushing hard up to the downside here. All right, here we go, 7 points. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take out right here at the top volume node. Come on, push down and hit it again. There we go. All right, that was a 5-point move on one contract right there. I think the first contract, I got like 3 points on, 2 points, whatever it was. So, but I'm looking for price maybe to come back down and test this area back down here. At least 85, maybe, like I said, excuse me. Has it hit 85 yet? Hit 86.5. So we could push back down. We could push back down because price is rejected off that area of supply, like I mentioned. So, and so let's take a look at the trade performance right now. Let's see. So once again, I'm trading shorts because I'm looking at the higher time. I'm trading I'm trading with not off the higher time frame like the 1 hour, but I'm trading in sync with the 1 hour. So the 1 hour is telling me to take shorts because it's rejecting off supply off the 1 hour. All right, and not only just that, but I see price breaking structure to the downside on the 12 range. So I look for opportunities when price pulls back. Okay, price broke lower here, pull it back, made a low, make structure to the downside. So I can look for a supply area off of this area of structure. Let's show it to you. This area of structure, where price made a level, I can look for price to pull back within this area of the swing supply area, area of supply. Price pulls back, rejects. I can look for opportunities to go long, short. So that's basically what you do. Trade according or trade in sync with the higher time frame. The higher time frame you see is at an area of supply. Look for price to break structure on the 12 range. Take opportunities on a pullback on the 12 range at area of supply and take a short. Okay? Same thing with the long. Flip it. Price pulls back to it on the higher time frame, the 1 hour, which it's at an area of demand. Switch over and look at your 12 range chart. Once price gets to an area of demand, starts breaking structure on the 12 range, look for price to pull back to the area of demand on the 12 range, trading in sync with the 1 hour. That's how I do it. Okay? It's not hard stuff, guys. All right, so let's look to see what we got for today. Okay, I'm up 65 ticks right now, trading off of the, trading the ES. All right, so have only been trading maybe 20 minutes. Recording for 25 now, so that's 8/12/50. Okay. Have to figure out what the. All right, that's gross, but I need to take a look at it, see what the commissions are on that. Anyway, so we'll keep moving here. So I say price still pushing to the downside. I said at least we hit 85, and I think it's probably going to maybe come down and test even 70, guys. Maybe. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that, but it looks like price could come back down and test the area of demand down here, or this area here again. So we'll see. I'm not saying it won't. Because if you look at the higher time frame, I'll show it to you. 1 hour. What's happening? Price pulls back to the area of supply. Did it not? Yes, it did. Bounced off this area here. Why also? We're at a high volume area. High volume area. So price, when it got down here, it moved comfortably back up to the high volume area up here, right? Moved through a low volume area, back to a high volume area. If you don't understand about high volume and low volume, go back and watch some of the other videos, guys. Volume is extremely important. It's one of the most important parts of trading, okay? All right? Pull back to supply off the 1 hour. When I see that, I see, okay, we're at the area of supply. Switching over to my 12 range to see if price can start breaking structure to the downside. And then I start marking up areas of supply on the 12 range, okay? Price bounced off the high volume off the 1 hour. That's telling me a lot, okay? All right, so let's look at, let's see here. Price is down here at 81 now, okay? It's at the low here. Still busting to the downside. Look at that. Still breaking to the downside. It's already come down to 77. Are we going to come down here and hit, what did I say? Are we going to hit 70? Are we going to hit 69, say 70 area? Possibly. Let me mark this. Let's see here. Okay. Possibly could. All right, price is broken down. Where are we at now? 77. Okay. So let's see. So I haven't been trading long, just scalping, okay? All right. A lot of times people have a hard time. I don't think it's a hard time. I think I highly recommend you guys not just jumping into putting money into a brokerage account and just start to trade when you feel comfortable in 1 week that you've, maybe paper trading and doing pretty well, whatever the case is. Guys, test this thing. Go back test it. The strategy that I use. It works for me. I've been trading for almost 10 years now, so it took me a while to, pretty much get the strategy I'm actually using. It's just trading pullbacks is all it is. But you got to be smart about the areas of trading. Okay. So don't jump into it and start trading with your real money. Your real money, okay? Or your own money, your own capital, whatever the case is. Take time, demo, paper trade, back test, make sure the strategies work, or strategy that you use. If you don't have to be the strategy that I use, I'm not saying you have to use my strategy, but whatever works for you, just make sure you back test it. Because jumping into the market with real money is a totally different animal than paper trading. I think That's what messes people's mind up, psychologically when they go from paper trading and they think they're doing, they are doing okay. It seems like, and then they jump in with their real money. It's a totally different animal, a totally different beast. Because once you get into the market with your real money, with your own money and real money, not funny money, things change. The whole fear thing sets in, because nope, you don't have money to lose. Who does? And of course, even if you have money reserved on the side, I got $5,000 I'm gonna put in my trading account. That's fine, and it's $5,000 that I don't mind risking. That's fine. But do you want to lose it? No, of course you don't want to lose it. But switching from simulation or whatever, for demo to paper trading, whatever, over to trading with your real money, it messes with you psychologically, because that fear piece steps in. Because let's say you get in and you have a losing trade, you lost some money. Most people, when they start losing money, what do? They turn right back into the market, thinking they're gonna make that back plus some, whatever case is, to cover their trade that they lost. And that's not what happens. They start to lose money. Most people, 80% of people who start trading, probably bust their account once, twice, maybe 3 times before they typically either they walk away, or either they learn, they stay at it and they learn how to trade correctly, whatever the case is. So I'm saying, take the time, whatever strategy that you are using, to back test it. It took me 2 years before I started really profiting and becoming consistent in the green every single day. So you need to make sure that before you start trading with your real money, okay, back test whatever strategy you use. Not saying you get to use trade the way I do, but just make sure to back test, to spend time, whether it's paper trade or whatever the case is, to make sure things work for you, because once you go green, when I say go green, meaning you're going live with your own funded account, whatever the case is, everything up here switches. Okay, your palms start getting sweaty, your skin starts getting clammy, because it's money. Nobody wants to lose money, because at the end of the day, that money that you put into that account, maybe the same money you need to pay your bills with. A lot of people are trading maybe take a risk like that. I don't recommend you doing that. Whatever money that you put into your brokerage account, make sure it's money that you are able, like I said, that you are willing to risk, because trading is risky. I'm not a teacher, an educator. I'm just showing you my style and how I trade, and you can see me trading day in, day out. So this is how I do it. Okay, but I'm just here to tell you that before you start trading with your own money live, spend time. I'm not saying a week. I'm not saying a month. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you how or when you should. I'm just telling you, take a moment of time to make sure that whatever strategy you do use, make sure it works right. Make sure it works time and time again. Make sure that percentage, as far as that win to loss ratio that you've got in, even that you're, up there. I can't tell you how much. If your strategy works 65% of the time, or your strategy works 85% of the time, or 90% of the time, I'm not telling you. I can't tell you that, because you got to be comfortable with, the way you do it. Because at the end of the day, I don't want anybody to get mad at me. Well, you told me the strategy works 80% of the time or 85% of the time, and I'm losing. Hey, so I can't tell you how to trade. I can't tell you the kind of risk to put on. That's something you're gonna have to figure out. There's some things about trading that takes time to develop, and you have to mentally know what you're willing to risk. That's the thing about trading. Is no one can tell you how you should trade your own account. You can learn strategy. And there's 2 things about learning strategy. Either you learn that strategy, you know how to trade it correctly, or you think you know it, and that you know the strategy, and you don't trade it correctly. That means that you need to go back to the drawing board again and say, I've been there so many times. There's been many times where I thought I learned strategy correctly, and that's what happened with me. Where first time I actually busted my account, blew my account, was because I just clearly did not know how to trade a strategy correctly. My biggest problem was market structure, not being able to know correctly what I was looking at on the charts. Okay, so just take the time before you start switching over from paper trading to real money, because I'm telling you, it's a different animal, a different beast, and this thing here will gobble you up in a heartbeat if you don't know what you're doing correctly. All right, I'm rambling on. Yes, I am, but I'm here to kind of tell you, to kind of like safeguard you, protect you, in a sense, like before you make that shift. All right, some people have the itchy trigger finger and to want to get in and think they can make fast money. Guys, I keep saying this. I say this before in many videos. There's no such thing as fast money unless you're doing something legal. And this thing here, you can make money at doing it, but you got to make sure that you're consistently doing it every single day. If I was paper trading, which I've been there consistently, I did it many months. Like I said, 2 years almost before I started consistently making money in the market. And when that started happening, I knew I was on the right path. Okay. All right, so let's see and take a look here and see what price is doing. See what price is doing. It's still making swings to the downside, so we're still creating areas of supply, pretty much. So let's see. Let's see. I'm looking to see what price is trying to do here. Now, price can break this high volume area right here, push through this low volume area, and bump back to this high volume area right here at 95. So, if so, then we'll look to see. That could be an opportunity to take a short. Right now my bias is more so to the downside right now, because I'm playing off this area of supply off 1 hour. Okay. Let's see, where's it at now? It's hitting right there at 94.25. Okay, so it is hitting to my area right here. I'll take a quick little short here, just scalping. A little early on the trade here. Price can pull a little higher though, okay? So I'm way early on this trade here. Okay. I should have waited for the full rejection. I jumped in too early, but that's okay. Because I'm looking for price. So there we go. That quick. See that? What I tell you? Came up to 94.5, right? And bounced. Let's come back down to the top volume notes. It's simple as that, guys. I mean, just use the higher time frame and to guide you in a sense of letting you know, kind of, what the market's trying to do, pretty much, and trade that in sync with your anchor chart or your lower time frame chart. You can use like I said, the 1 hour and a 5 minute, or I use the 1 hour, but I'm looking at a range chart. But it really doesn't matter. I like looking at the range chart. You don't have to use a range chart. It just depends on how you want to do it. Okay. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. If you do not mind, please go ahead and hit that little red button, that subscribe button, as well as that little bell-shaped icon, which is the post notification. That will ensure that you never miss one of the videos that I upload. Guys, I'm telling you, I trade these markets. This market here, the Emini SP 500. The reason why I trade this market is because the tick value is so much far better from. It's just opportunity for me, But you have to look at how much capital you have versus, in a sense, the tick value. I like trading because I like going for the gusto of being able to make more on per tick, meaning that the NASDAQ trades at $5 a tick, okay? All right, so to me, you're not putting on as much risk on the NASDAQ, but one thing about the NASDAQ, it slip and slides. It will move like lightning sometimes, It's quick. The ES, it gives me better opportunities as far as I can look for setups because it's a slower pace, it's a thicker market, and I like the tick value. It trades at, if the NASDAQ trades at 5, the ES trades at $12.50 a tick. So 2 ticks is $25 on one contract. 4 ticks, that's $50 a contract. So it doesn't take much to get there. So that's why I like trading the ES. It just gives me better opportunities, guys, and I can make my profit and get out the market and go on about my day. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna close the video out. But you guys are probably already watching it. Stay tuned for tomorrow's video, guys. Thank you for watching. If you don't mind dropping a like on the video as well. I'll try each day to drop content with some good information that you guys will find valuable, as well to constantly be talking about the strategy, how I use it. I'm gonna do that in all my videos because I just think that if it's here in my mind, I want to be able to share it with you so that you grasp it and you're able to become profitable and successful just as well. See you in the next video. Hey, and I forgot to say one thing like I always say. If you're safe, if you're trading, please be safe in the market, guys, okay? Thanks.